Minutes with myself, Michael Bergio, and co-host Mark Novak. This morning, we're going to be talking about how you can triple your revenue, or can you triple your revenue via social media. And morning, Ray, and a big shout out we'll have for Lisa Novak as well. A few things we want to touch on, and Lisa's on as well this morning. It's almost like you knew we were going to be talking about you. And I hope you're well. All righty, Mark. Yes, that's true. All right, Mark, let it rip. What do you reckon? Social media, this is not just for real estate agents. If you're in business, if you're doing anything, can social media help, Mr. Novak? All right, done. Yeah, it is. Story. Yep, story achievement. Yeah, so I said it this morning going, if you're an operator out there, and you're wondering, where do I start? How can I start with content for social media? The way I was chatting to Mark, the way you should think about it is, what is simple to you and is common knowledge or your jargon is more than likely not simple to your consumer. And if they're interested in you and what you do, then create content on that. So nothing is too simple. Like, for example, we've done some of our best podcasts or episodics, they're called, through this channel, have been the most basic ones, like how to make an offer, what's an unconditional offer, and what's a cooling off period. So look at your business, look at what you do, and look at the simplest stuff, the simplest terminology you use, the simple, just think of simple. Pretend you're speaking to your child or a baby and create a video on that and push it out. That's how I would sum up how to get started on social media. Yep. Hang on, can you hear, wait a minute, Lise, can you hear Mark now? Is Mark's audio on? Can everyone let me know if you can hear Mark? Todd, can you hear Mark? Admiral, can you hear Todd? Where are we, guys? Nope, no, Mark, you got no audio. Where's your Facebook audio? Burge, no audio for Mark. Okay, no audio. So where's your facey, your headphones? Okay, we're on it, guys. Fixing. Let us know if you can hear him now. It's all good because I was doing all the talking for the first couple of minutes, but what about now? Keep talking about. Can you hear Mark, guys?
The audio going. Can you hear me now? I think I've got you now. Yep, I think I've got you now.
G'day, Jeff. How are ya? Nope, still no Mark.
Guys, you got me on Facebook? Just want to let you know if you can hear me on Facebook.
Nope, nothing.
Nothing?
Weird. Oh, now. Wait. Amal now? Oh, Lisa, no.
Yeah. Great. Okay, yes. I think Ray, you're all right. Ray's on Instagram, but Facebook we had an issue. We fixed it now.
Loud and clear, everyone. Yes. Thank you. Love you guys. All right, Mark. Go.
All right. So the rise of Lisa Novak the last 2 years, basic to all of us at Novak, but a lot of people out there so intrigued by it that Lisa's been asked to speak at the biggest real estate conference in the world. It's called AREC, AREC. Google it.
It'll be May or June, 1st of June, I think it is this year. So it's coming up. I recommend to be there, first of all.
Yep, absolutely. It's open this year also for the first time. It's been open to mortgage brokers, as well as real estate agents, as well as property managers. So absolutely love to see everyone there. But Lisa being invited to come on stage and talk about what she's been doing is the really interesting part to obviously the people running AREC and people going to AREC so much they've asked Lisa to do it. But Michael, why is she being asked to go up there? Why is this so interesting to the public?
It's so interesting because it's doing what nobody else is doing at the scale it's being done and the traction receiving. Like, don't get me wrong, people have, for the last couple of years, have tried to dabble in social media, like putting a post here or there, but no one's grabbed it by its horns and just said, I'm fucking doing it, everything on this, with the momentum and the confidence
and the veracity.
And the veracity, all these big words I'm trying to do. And it's just had phenomenal traction from an agent's point of view, but most importantly, from the clients. And I think that's the biggest thing, clients, for buyers, for sellers. It's something new and being done properly. And I think it's one of those things where people are like, they're just like, why did I think of that? But they're like, I want to do that. I can do it. Where do I get started? And I also think people know social media is the way forward for most businesses. I think the consensus is out there that you've got to be doing something on social. And as this is still breaking through in the early days of social media, there wasn't, unlike other, say, industries, there wasn't anyone smashing it in property. So then Lisa comes on and starts smashing it. And it's just like, okay, now she's at the forefront pioneering. Because I was chatting to Mark off camera, basically saying, guys, if you're in a business and you haven't been affected by social media, you need to wake up, because you will be. And you either jump on board, pioneer it, or you will get left behind. So I think that's where it's like, okay, Lisa is paving the way for other agents to be like, that's what I do.
Did you just say paving?
Paving. Yeah, I make up words. Get used to it.
Nice
my English no good. Yeah, and English is my first language. I'm fucked.
Paving.
Paving. She's paving the way.
She paved the way. I think what's really interesting for a lot of people is, and this is the common question that Lisa gets asked and I get asked and we all get asked, is people think, yeah, I can do that. And all they have to do to be on social is do one post. Or all they have to do is throw some photos up and throw some text up, and now they're a social media agent.
They're an influencer.
Well, it's a lot different to that, isn't it? That's what we've noticed. And what people are interested is, Lisa actually doesn't have a ginormous amount of followers, but she has a phenomenal amount of interaction. Yes. And I think that's going back to what you're saying, Michael, is whenever she does a post, always in the front of her mind, she's looking for the value add to the person that's watching, how they can get value out of her post. Not what she wants to see or what she's thinking, but how can the consumer benefit from this? So I think she's driven an enormous amount of traction to her social media because of that ethos. That is what people are interested in. And also the sheer numbers, like, people become very disheartened when they start getting on social media for a week or two, but and that's why they've been there, done that, thinking, I still can't do what this lady does.
Yeah, and the best thing, one of the things I learned from Lisa was, at first I thought she was crazy, was the multiple posting, because it was just not done about a property. And then I started doing it, and I don't know why we weren't doing it all the time, because if you look, like, you post a property once and how quickly people go in social media and the trends, it's quite easily missed. Like, you got thousands of pieces of content out, like, going out every minute. So when you put a property
post, it goes back to that same ethos. So you're doing it for you, or you're doing it for the public? Because if you're doing it for you, you'd only post once.
Yeah. And even with my business, when I started multiple posting, I got different inquiries from different people every time, even from e-blasts on a property. And I was going like, shit. Like, in my head, I was like, well, didn't you see the first post? Why didn't you message? And then I was like, it's just happened. Social media is instant, the way we can upload it, but it's also instant. They either see it or they don't.
Yep.
It's not one of those things where your post really lingers. for longer than that day. So multiple posting, and that goes to any business. If you clean carpets, post every day that you clean carpets. Like,
oh, look,
don't assume.
our carpet cleaner's gone bananas on social media. Have you seen Fabulous?
Yes, I love his stuff. I said at the Christmas party to him, mate, keep it up. I will love watching it. I always comment on it. But there's one thing.
He's an animal, and his girlfriend's the one that does it. Fabulous cleaning.
Yes.
But they do really good stuff. But back to Lisa, and what we're talking about today, guys, is Lisa's been invited to the most prestigious and the biggest real estate conference in the world to talk about her methods of selling, her social media in particular methods of selling. And we sort of wanted to break that apart today and say, how did this happen? Congratulations. Yeah. Well done. And what are some tips and tricks that we've learned on the sideline watching that we can also share?
So that would be the one thing. That's one thing I've learned, the multiple posting. And Lisa just said, when I stopped listening to everyone about posting consistently is when to post it all. That's when it all changed. So basically stop caring what people think and do what's right for your client and get the property out there. That's what we're there for, market property. So
the people that mattered most around us were going, nah. You can't fucking, you can't post more than X amount of times a day. You shouldn't post more than X amount of times a day. I see it all over my bloody social media. Stop it.
Yep.
It hurts.
What else?
Hurts.
Yeah. What else did you learn, Mark? So mine's multiple posting, raw authenticity.
I remember being on the sideline, and I remember Lisa just saying, look, it's she's just going, a television commercial can repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. No one likes a television commercial repeating, but everyone's tolerant for the television commercial to repeat because that's what television commercials do. And I think with social media, it's the same thing. You've got to remember, it's marketing 101. So if you're adding value, and that repetition is part of marketing. So get used to it, guys. If you want to learn from Lisa's methods, repetition's key.
Here's a good point. Our friends, like Lisa goes, her friends don't like her social because it's all property. But you know what? Your friends aren't going to pay your mortgage. So when times are tough and when you've got no listings. So but when your friends buy a property, you're like, that's why I do it. So at the end of the day, the friends who complain or unfollow you, they're not your friends. Or they still are, but they just don't want to see property. They're not interested, which is proof that they're not going to pay your mortgage when times are tough. So you need to be going to that channel because as much as you think your friends aren't buying, it's bullshit. The amount of people who contact me for general real estate advice or friends, and they're the ones I want to help. Like we get into this industry, and a lot of the people that we help and we do phenomenal results for and we work really hard for aren't friends or family. So you'd love to be able to take all of that and help friends and family. And I find by posting on the personal page, jogging their memory that you do real estate and that you're here to help, that's probably a big thing. I don't care if I lose 10 friends or 100 friends if I can help the one friend because I'm putting content on my page. And it's not the content that they may like, but that may resonate. It's just me in real estate, then they contact me about something else, which is really key.
And that's
the other thing as well.
That's activating and nurturing your tribe on social media. They have an expectation that if you are a real estate agent and you don't put anything on, they think business is bad.
That is so true.
If you're not putting anything up, if you're putting, I haven't sold this, if I've just done that, I've just listed this, they're going, fuck, poor guy. So at the flip side, if you're going animal with it, they're going, shit, this is too much. But I'm really happy for him because he's my mate.
Yeah, and that's what you need because a lot of the Australian culture is when you start doing well, people don't like you. It's sort of that crab mentality. So you got to take it where you can, and the best and most of the most likely supporters will be friends as much as frenemies. I think it's unfortunate. It's just a bit of our Australian culture. Anywho, what else, Mark? And Lisa got this Thursday. We're going to Melbourne. We got awards. Rate My Agent, isn't it?
Yep. RATE.
Well, I think you just dropped out of Insta. Hang on a sec, guys.
Yeah, Rate My Agent. RATE.
RAPE. Okay, just making sure. So Lisa, what's your award if you can shout it out? Rising Star, I believe, which just really just is emphasizes new to the industry, new tricks, and just getting phenomenal results. So where would you give it? Where I sort of gave advice for someone outside of real estate with whatever's simple. What other tips, Mark?
Hey, you know what I think an interesting one is, people may think Lisa's done well on social media because she's good looking. I'm probably biased saying that.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think of that? So, people would say, look, I don't have a face for social media. That's, it helps being a blonde on social media. I think to answer that, the most successful people that are currently on social media doing sort of shows, adding value, even selling property or other things, they're regular people. So I don't think looks. If you have a look around and have a, what was that?
Yeah, so true. She's a stunner. Let's face it, it helps. Blonde and boobs. Like if you look at Instagram, anyone that's doing you look at the girls on there, it helps. But the end of the day, you've got to have a product or delivering content that people want. Yeah, the looks may get you there.
Hang on a second. The people that have made it on Instagram for beauty are beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. So the people that have made it on social media for selling hardware are not. The people that are on there that are your Gary Vaynerchuk are not. Do you know what I mean? So I think some people have I think we can't get that confused. Some people
I can't comment here. Never mind.
But some people have a lot of social media people are modeling their business on fashion and looks, and that's what they also offer. So that's how they do well. But at the end of the day, I think it always helps. But there's plenty of examples of people that have done phenomenally well. Yeah.
Like you, Mark, you're probably a 3 out of 10 in good lighting. So, and you do phenomenal.
Well, I've been very unwell the last 24, 48 hours. So if I look like shit, that's why.
Yeah. Okay. So now what's the difference between platforms? So you're a business owner. I know one piece of advice Lisa gave at the Kickstart, where she spoke in front of 500 agents, was pick one, learn that, and then roll over. I think people try and do too much at the beginning. So pick one. Lisa advice was Facebook. Pick Facebook, learn that, and then you can adapt it to Instagram. Then you can adapt it to LinkedIn, because you deliver the same content but packaged very differently on all three. So I think Facebook's a good one to start with. I would start observing. It's
another word.
Another word. Lisa's success was not instant. Yes, took 2 years, build up consistency. Correct. And I think Ray, we're going to have you on.
It's like a dripping tap. To fill the bottle, it was drip by drip by drip by drip, post by post by post by post. So it was literally thousands of posts to build up that familiarity. Literally. Yeah.
And then I think you would start on Facebook, but then observe Instagram, follow the feed, be a stalker on there, especially if someone's already doing similar in your field, and watch how they do it on Insta for what does well and what does not. Even though you can't see likes, you can if you click into it and just get a gist. But then again, that's not even a comment on it. Is all right. Hey, Mark, like Lisa says, they may not be getting the likes or the shares, but the engagement's there, the views, the tags, and the referring from people.
Look, guys, I don't think people value this as much as the social media companies do. That we used to look at stuff of how many people viewed the whole YouTube video, and it was not many. The way people consume content now and the way the social media companies are looking at it is, if you look at 50% of the photo within 1/3 of a second, that is an impression. I'll say it again. As you're scrolling down your feed on Instagram or Facebook, if you look at 50% of a photo for 1/3 of a second, 0.3 of a second, actually, to be more accurate.
Yeah.
That is regarded as an impression. That's how people are consuming data these days. People think people are consuming data because they watch this whole 30 minutes, 20-minute segment that we did today, and they go, tick, that was great. Not at all. If it is actually a win if people watch 50% of a photo for 1/3 of a second.
Yeah.
The social media guys regard that as a win. That's how quick consumer. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
And at first I didn't agree, but the more I think about it and the more I looked at how I consume, it's so true. Like some of my favorite content, I rarely watch at all. Like I'm just pause it, yep, acknowledge and move on.
Look at you with Netflix.
Yeah. Like I watch Netflix half the time and sort of like fast forward, skip, but they got the 15-second little fast forward on your phone. Like I'm big like that. I don't really watch anything in full.
That's nuts.
So
well, congratulations to the lovely Lisa. Is there anything else we need to talk about?
Nope. Social media. I think so. We recapped Lisa pioneering in any sort of business, how she's done it in real estate, but how you can do it in your business and start. I'll tell you who's a good example of how they've started is remember how we met with the Woolcott boys at that lunch mark, the suit people, Michael and my buddy Jake.
Yes.
Yeah. So remember how because they were sitting there and we're like, man, just start content, whatever's simple to you, like how to fold a jacket. Like I didn't even know that. And we're like, that's the video. To see those guys start now they got a podcast out. They're doing Taylor talks on combinations. Like they're a really good one to watch, guys, from people you may be looking at, say, us and go, oh, you've got 2-3 years experience on me. Like I just can't relate. Like as Tom Panos always says, do not compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Now these are guys who are probably on their chapter 2 or 3 doing a phenomenal job. Watch them. Woolcott, WOOLCOTT Taylor suits. They're big on Facebook. Watch that. So yeah. And tomorrow,
social
Ray
can double,
Price,
triple your income. We got Ray Price on tomorrow.
Ray Price on tomorrow. Talk about finance, the social. I know we always talk about financing. It's tough, is it? Can Ray get you the money? So Ray tomorrow we'll do Zoom. We'll add him in.
Ray's coming into Novak HQ, is he?
I'll ask him today. I'll either because we can do 3 on Zoom. So either we'll do Zoom.
I just think that may struggle on Insta. So we'll look forward to seeing Ray tomorrow.
Yeah, come in, Ray. Ray, come in. I'm going to sit next to you there, bud. You can sit right there. All righty.
All right, guys. Take care.
You,
Congratulations, everyone. Lisa Novak.
Yes, Lisa. Well done. Cheers.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.